welcome back to Video Games Are the Worst Thing on Earth, the premier podcast about siege warfare. With me, as always, is Reese.
Hello.
And Kay.
Ark.
I probably could have done some kind of bit where it was like, and Grand Siege Architect Skittles.
Yeah, at first we tried to give her the title of regular siege architect, but that mistake will not be made again.
Yeah, we're not getting that scribe back.
No.
Skittles. She kills the messenger. That's just.
Yeah, they say don't kill the messenger,
it's...
and the Skittles is doing the opposite of what people say. Because
exactly.
she's a rabble rouser. She's an innovator, a disruptor.
He's such a disruptor, folks.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite stupid corporate buzzword is disruptor. We're disrupting the market.
It's awesome. I learned it from Succession, where I've also learned how to care about my friends and family. So I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's a good play. That's a good show to learn how to care about your friends and family. They do that a lot on that show.
Yeah, they're doing.
Yeah,
it's a show about family.
That's what it's about.
It's about family talking out their problems.
Mm-hmm.
So true. So true.
And I think that we should all emulate it as we kamikaze straight into the mountain.
Sure, that mountain isn't going to destroy itself. We're filling up planes with jet fuel. So I've got my A6M2 ready to go.
Now we're too many buzzwords in for me to feel comfortable, and I would like to say that the loss of life is tragic in any conditions.
All right. Well, listen, this is something else tragic. It's Ubisoft.
Oh,
context-free, just bringing up Ubisoft is just an immediate mood changer, in my opinion. They're just they're the bummers. They're the bummers of the world. And today we have a particular bummer from them, and that Ubisoft is putting pop-up ads into Assassin's Creed loading screens.
Yay.
Basically, I think that this is from Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I've got an article here from videogames.si.com.
Sick.
We only go to the best websites. We only have the strictest journalistic standards.
I go there for stock information.
Yeah. By Marco Wutz.
All right.
November 24th, 2023. If you're playing any older Assassin's Creed game, Ubisoft may now show you ads for Assassin's Creed Mirage Black Friday deal during loading screens. Users have reported sightings of these in-game ads across several platforms and titles. A user posted a video on the Xbox One subreddit capturing themselves trying to enter the map in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the 2018 entry into the series, to check their location. Before the game let them do that, though, it filled the entire screen with an advertisement for Assassin's Creed Mirage. The latest entry, players have to manually close the ad before they can continue with the game. It seems like they can appear once per session. A similar pop-up on starting up the game has been reported as well. While such disruptive ads are common in mobile games, AAA titles on consoles and PC so far remain relatively safe from the practice, in part because players rightfully rallied against any past attempts at changing the status quo. Ubisoft has been happily experimenting with NFTs and other such nonsense recently, so it's not such a huge shocker that they'd be the ones bringing this particular awful practice back from the grave.
So to me, this is a clear incitement of violence. That they're making correctly, and I like that tact. I think that we should have more of that whenever a company does something annoying. Just
we know where your studio is.
You know what's crazy? This is the address of Ubisoft's main studio.
Who
knows what could happen?
We can't afford therapy, but we can afford video games. Ubisoft, let that sink in.
There's going to be an ad pop up in your DMs with Ubisoft's as C-suite executives and where they live. And that's crazy. It's a mistake.
I really want to read the update because it is the perfect weaselly Ubisoft thing to do. Okay, update November 24th, 2023. Ubisoft said in a statement towards Rock Paper Shotgun that in-game pop-up ads in Assassin's Creed games were quote, the result of a technical error that we addressed as soon as we learned of the issue.
I love
Okay,
it. Honk, honk,
a
honk.
technical error that affected multiple games and platforms. Come on.
With an ad that you would have had to make and implement. I love that they thought for a second that anyone would believe that. That rules.
What the fuck
These
is
French
wrong
fucks
with
think we're
these
stupid.
fucking people?
Yeah. Get 'em.
Jesus
Kill 'em.
Christ.
Have you ever played like anything Ubisoft has done in the past like 15 years? None of it fucking works. It's all broken except for the soulless money making part. There's no way the error just so happened to be like a perfectly like cogent way to serve up this dog shit.
Yeah, and also I would just like to say that it's too perfect because it's the latest entry in the franchise, obviously. But also it's only 20% off on Black Friday. Like, yeah, what a steal. Can't wait to play
Wow.
this fucking game. Man, Ubisoft is the worst. They are so fucking shitty.
So just like a small tangent, on the right side of this website are, as is not uncommon, links to other articles on the website.
Right.
And one of them is about the new Fortnite season, and the thumbnail is a picture of Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Yeah, they're adding Peter Griffin to Family Guy.
Yeah.
Fortnite. Okay, cool, sweet. All right. I'm just making sure that that's
but
in
it's
reality and not just my brain.
It's buff Peter Griffin, which is
buff Peter Griffin.
Which I think is what is funny to me. They were just like, they took Peter Griffin to the basement of Epic Studios and they fat shamed him and made him lose all that weight so he could be in Fortnite.
Posting the picture. And yet he still has no neck.
What an upsetting being. I don't like this in 3D at all.
Yeah. All right, are we done looking at Peter Griffin?
Yes, sorry. Just that caught my eye, and I felt like I had to make sure someone else saw it.
To answer your question, no, but we can move on. And I can do that. Okay. I can multitask.
I'm curious, Reese. I think you're the only person who has played Fortnite. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct.
No, the only person who's played Fortnite ever.
It's just me out there. That's why they finally put Solid Snake in.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know that you have put yourself in like dire financial straits by funding the entirety of Fortnite. Like the multi-billion-dollar video game.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. When Will Stansel talks about how the economy is okay, he is referring only to me destroying my life with the $7 trillion credit card bill.
But what is your hot take? What are you looking forward to in Chapter 5, Season 1? What the fuck does that mean? Chapter 5, Season 1?
I don't know.
I do think that Fortnite, like, because so many of these like battle royale dog shits are so like tactical now, and there's so many like tryhards, which is what I call people who are better than me at video games.
Correct.
Right. Obviously.
Is that I like how easy it is to play and goof around in, and I think it's very funny that there's like a worse version of every game to ever come out on Fortnite. And there seems that there's more functionality for that, like more stupid racing stuff. They're adding Legos to the game. Like, I think that's the fun bit. It's obviously very stupid. Obviously, Epic should perish. Perhaps not before Ubisoft, but around the same time. I'm willing to take all the heat necessary for this statement, but I do think it is fun, and it will probably be funny to see Peter Griffin's doing the Numa dance as they kill Mr. Beast.
What an insane concept for a video game.
That sentence made me profoundly sad, Reese. I'll be honest.
Good. I want to bring everyone down to my level here. So good.
Moving on. Do we want to keep talking? What have we got? Anything else to say about Ubisoft, or are we done talking about their shit game?
Let's move on.
Practices. All right. So next on the chopping block, we got Silent Hill, the new Silent Hill game. Somebody posted a video of what I can only assume is a scene written by an AI, and I would like to listen to it together on the pod. So Let me know when you've got it at 0 seconds. It's only 1 minute.
Oh, I've got it.
I'm ready. Give us the countdown.
Alrighty. Play.
Wait! Don't shoot! Please! What are you doing out here? You could have been killed. I'm just foraging for wild berries. I swear. Stumbled on a great patch of growing berries over here. Have you seen anything unusual out here? Now that you mention it, I have seen some strange things.
Is the fucking voice acting AI too? Like, it sounds so bad.
Rooting for berries and other things for several seasons.
Huh?
I like to make jams. Maybe you and your family would like that. You should keep moving. You're on my phone.
If this isn't
Her
written by
family
an
would not
AI,
like
I
jams.
don't know what is.
Jesus Christ.
Goodbye, Berry Man. Berry NPC.
He just leaves.
Yeah. This is by at Voidburger, by the way. They posted this, and it's really fucking
Yeah,
funny.
Voidburger's cool.
I think that like there's a pop-up. Hang on. There's a pop-up when the guy runs up that is like, I think these are like supporters that have been added to the game via the Kickstarter, I think. Because it says Crimson Rain 722 as Forager, which is insane that you would add like backers as NPCs in a Silent Hill game. What the fuck?
Write them bits of pointless dialogue with AI.
I thought it was like, I have no idea what the construct of this game is, but I assumed it was like a multiplayer game and like everybody is assigned a different boring role, you know, just like Slur 1488 is the janitor, that sort of thing.
Okay. I see there's an explanation by Voidburger under this. The gimmick of Silent Hill Ascension is its monetization participation. If you spend enough influence points on stupid choose-your-own-adventure non-choices, you have a chance of appearing, quote-unquote, as an NPC in the, quote-unquote, game. That is insane. I hate this.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck is happening?
You know what I will say is that I do think that this is a great addition to the Silent Hill franchise. A franchise that is about having two great games, then games of slowly declining quality, and now it just seeks to hurt us. We're in the
Silent
hell
Hill
realm. Yeah,
this is bringing Silent Hill to real life. It's like the Silent
Pretty
Hill
much.
isn't in the game anymore. It's like gone inside out. Anytime you interact with this, you're in Silent Hill.
exactly. It exists to make you specifically, whoever is interacting with Silent Hill at the time, suffer. So, work of genius, I say.
You know,
hats
actually, that makes a lot of sense, Reese. And I would 100% believe that there's just like a Shiba Inu just at the control panel for this video game, like the whole time. Like the secret ending of Silent Hill 2, I think. Oh man.
You know, I hate to fuss with any fandom, but anytime there's like a new Silent Hill announcement and people are like, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted a good Silent Hill," and I'm just like, Why did you think that would happen? That doesn't happen to us anymore.
Yeah, those days.
I mean, if there's any company that can compete with Ubisoft for sheer not giving a shit and being awful, it's Konami. Konami is incredible.
Oh my god. So we're gonna play this, right? We're gonna
Yeah, why not?
Obviously. I wanna be the berry person. I want berries.
I've been foraging for berries for several seasons. I make a lot of jams.
Yeah, making jams.
I like that the guy's like, I could bring you some jams, and then like the protagonist or whatever like brandishes his rifle. And he's like, "Move, get out of here!" I don't
The way
want
he
your
says
fucking
it is
jam.
fucked. He's like, I can bring you jams. Would your family like that?
Yeah.
That's a threat to me.
Yeah. Shoot this guy. What the fuck?
This
Yeah,
fucking
just
freak in the
kill him,
middle of
Dad.
the woods.
Dad, shoot him!
My God.
Oh god. Oh.
Man, fuck that. That sucks so fucking bad. All right, let's move on to something else that sucks. Unfortunately, this is a visual medium, and so you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm sure everyone's already seen this already. But if we're ready to move on from Silent Hill, there's The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster, which is fucking, to me, that's just insane that you would feel the need. I thought they were pushing it with remastering the first one. Like, but part
They
2 is
were
like,
massively pushing it with that, I think.
when did The Last of Us Part 2 even come out?
Summer 2020, I believe.
Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah, like
there's
3
not
years.
been like enough hardware changes for that to even be like viable.
Again, I'm sorry for praising a video game, but the original Last of Us Part 2 is fucking stunning. Like, they've already made like a photorealistic game that, you know, only exists due to slavery on some level. And they're just like, yeah, we need to touch it up a bit with, well, I mean, nobody can parse what
They made
is
it
they're
darker.
actually doing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like the screenshots, like the original and the original and like the new one, it's just like it's just darker, just made the game less visible, I guess.
Yeah, it just looks worse, basically.
Oh my god.
Well, here's the new content in the game that comes out next month.
Wow.
A roguelike mode.
That's what
lost levels.
A roguelike mode is really what I've been begging for from like a story focused game. That's what I need.
That's fucking insane that they would do that.
Yeah.
They so-called lost levels through new levels that were discarded in the original and can be played here in the first development version, which you have to assume is going to be just the most awful Zionist version, making Last of Us Part 2 even more disgustingly Zionist.
I gotta say, it's always funny when, as part of like an incentive to purchase like a remaster or whatever, there's like, here's 3 levels we didn't think were good enough to keep in the final game. It's just like,
yeah,
okay, sure.
I really enjoyed The Last of Us 2, but it does not need to be a single second longer. You know what I mean?
It is so fucking long, and it's so
long.
And it's so psychologically just punishing, and that's what I like about it. But the idea that there's going to be more of that is so funny. That like the idea somebody comes back is like, I want 3 more levels of the NPCs you kill to each have their own name and relationships with the other NPCs, and cry and get upset when they see their friends die.
I never played it because for one, I don't have a PlayStation 4 or 5, and for 2, I also just don't give a shit. I'm just like, oh, you want to just cry about being in the zombie apocalypse? This is tough titties. You get to shoot zombies in the face with a shotgun. It's cool. Because obviously I'm about 13 years old.
It's about fatherhood.
Ugh. I wasn't interested in The Last of Us before, but I think after like the main writer just came out as like a huge Zionist shithead, I was like, doesn't that kind of like undermine like everything that the video games are supposedly about?
Supposedly.
I mean, I was gonna try to create some content about it at some point, because I do think it is very much undercut by a Zionist message, kind of like. Not, I think a lot of people didn't really want to address it, but I think it's pretty clearly there, especially when you're like wandering around the synagogue and what's her name is sort of like very obliquely portraying everything as like so noble, and you're just like, yo, is it Neil Druckmann? You know, 100% a settler here. This is getting a little upsetting. And just like the tone of it, of just being like, oh, it's so fucked up that, you know, just both sides can't get along and we can't figure it out. And it's just like, that's not what's happening in the real world side of your metaphor. I mean, we can't unpack the genocide going on without a full psychological unraveling. But it fucking sucks so bad. And when they started remastering it, Even the first one, I was just like, no, I was glad I played it. Never again. No more.
Yeah, they did something that I really hated in the second one with like a queer character who was clearly from like the Palestine stand-in, and you're meant to feel bad because their primitive tribe doesn't accept them.
Oh my
And
god.
I hope Neil Druckmann has a very bad day.
Seriously.
I just wanted to point out when you said you played it and you're glad you played it, but never again. It's a good logo. It's a slogan for Zionist Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, never again includes playing The Last of Us.
I wonder if that joke's too edgy to include.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one, to be honest.
I was playing Monster Hunter with Reese and Fort Push yesterday, and I was just going off. I was going off on a fucking tear. I was talking about Joe Biden measuring the deaths on like Hamas's attack on Israel as in 9/11s per like population, like per capita. It was so fucking good. I actually worked out what a discrete unit of 9/11 is. Hang on. Let me go find that. None of this is getting in the podcast.
Oh, certainly not.
To me, I'm just really tickled by the idea that you refer to grandma dying as 0.0003 or something.
Yeah. Hang on, I want to find that tweet. I want to find my 9/11 tweet. It's a really good. It's really well. It's not really good. It's very stupid and nerdy. But
It's going in my will that whoever does the eulogy has to work out the amount of 9/11s that my death is.
All right. So, one 9/11 is equivalent to 10.446 micro deaths per person. Or to put it another way, 10.446 standard death per mega persons.
Now this is phenomenal work.
This is this is on the cutting edge of 9/11 bits, I have to say. 9/11 bits which aren't funny, I should add. It's a tragedy that so many people died. Before we move on, you know what was an amazing tweet?
What?
That Gretchen Faulkner Marr person, or whoever it is, being like, there are many things about Osama bin Laden that I disagree with, but one of them I do agree with was 9/11. That's just the fucking funniest way to
correct. Awesome.
Funniest way to put that I've ever heard. And people were like criticizing her, and I was just like, no, this is too funny.
Who posted
this is good.
it?
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I love it. Like, yeah, listen, I don't agree with everything Osama said, but you got to admit.
It's like he jumped like 7 slurs into supporting trans people. Like, no.
So here's the big question. So like, what's on a scale of 1 to 10? How hot are we saying H Bomber guy is now? Thoughts?
He's hotter than when he had hair, or kind of had hair.
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
Like there's been a clear improvement. Looks maybe more deranged, but I don't think that's detracted.
It's just what he wears. He's wearing that burnt, scorched up, fugly ass, like absolutely destroyed lab coat, and that's what makes him look deranged. And he acts deranged.
I think it's his eyes, personally.
Well, I think it all goes to a certain degree of chaotic good riz. I think, maybe it was always there. I haven't watched as much H Bomber guy as many, but I do think that a chrysalis was doffed, and the new insane H Bomber guy that just ruins careers once a year is much hotter.
That creates 10 million sleeper agents to go assassinate a music producer.
Whoever wants to declare themselves the one who is most attracted to dudes on this podcast can give the official number. I don't think that's me.
I'm gonna give him a 7. I will fuck H Bomber guy, and then he can destroy my channel if that's what he wants.
This is a fucking 5-hour video about how you're bad in bed.
Oh no!
No, that's but that's like a global 7, not a British 7, right? Like
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I imagine
Well, see,
you have like a
I-
grade on a scale in your swamp aisle.
Yeah, I'm always grading on a scale. So it's hard to say. Globally, he's probably like a 6.
6.5 maybe. I think he looks pretty handsome.
Britishly, he's a strong 7.
Oh, well, yeah, Britishly he's probably like an 8.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping the average up in Britain a bit, so I'm gonna say strong 7.
All right.
Yeah, you're ruining
Superb.
the curve. Is that what you're saying?
I'm an outlier and should not be counted. Not from here.
That's true. You shouldn't count because you come from Canada, and you probably don't have the massive in problem.
That's true. My parents are totally different kinds of honky.
Right.
Exciting.
Terrorizing just your region of England by wandering around late at night and doing the handsome Squidward face at whoever looks at you, just shattering their ego and being.
All right,
Yeah,
let's get
pretty
this
much.
back on the road.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Okay.
You definitely cut all of that.
That's so much off-topic material. Maybe we'll put it in
Oh,
the
fuck.
we'll put it in we'll put it out as a premium. Get the, just give us $1 and you can hear the most off-topic conversation of our entire lives. Anyway, Cult of the Lamb is adding sex to the video game, or I should say they posted a tweet that's like, we will add sex to the game if we hit 30K followers by the end of the year. And this was just massively reacted to. It has like 40 million views. It has 281K likes. And now they are sitting at a 500,000 followers, which I have to say, they've done a very impressive social media work. That's incredible. Like, people clearly spoke up and said, yes, we want you to add boning to the cute anthropomorphic cult game.
The people have spoken and they want to rail the lamb.
They do. I mean, this is something I think everyone's been aware of. If you've ever been on a porn site, pretty much can't avoid Cult of the Lamb material.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I actually didn't know that. Is that true? Is there like a ton of porn for Cult of the Lamb?
there's quite a bit.
Wow. Ambitious.
And I don't think that that's a surprise to anyone. For one thing, you've already attracted the furry audience, and the furry audience is going to make, lots of porn. What they do. And of course, other game developers are now getting into that. Aggro Crab Games said, wait, these motherfuckers got 100K followers overnight with this tweet, so that's all it takes. If we promise to add sex to another crab's treasure, will you guys get us to 69K? And of course, now they're at 82K.
Oh my god.
And then there's a follow-up by them that says, and then Google of how do crabs mate. The male transfers sperm by inserting his gonopods, sexual organs resembling antennae, into the 2 genital pores called gonophores on the female's underside.
Sweet.
So
Cool.
I guess we can look forward to that in another crab's treasure. Wonderful.
So is this going to be what marketing is now?
I guess so. And here's the thing I want to say is that, like, the Cult of the Lamb did like a follow-up interview with a couple of different news sites and basically said that they are adding sex to the game, but they're much more inspired by things like The Sims and Pokemon. So it's going to be very PG. It's not going to change the age rating for the game at all. And I'm just like, it's so fucking lame. And I want to contrast this to a story for Baldur's Gate that came out recently, where they've just released this massive, like, 30 gigabyte patch that adds a whole bunch of stuff and a playable epilogue to the game. But they also, without putting it in the patch notes, added penis physics.
Air horn, dot wave, 700 decibels.
And I think that
I'll wait until we play it again.
I know.
Check out the dragon dongs.
The dragon dongs are just gonna be like glitching across the screen like a Half-Life 2 ragdoll, turning into like jagged triangles that go across the entire screen, I imagine.
Yeah.
With like glitching physics. And I think that is just like the Chad European adding full genital nudity to a game that very much doesn't need it or have anything to do with it, versus the virgin Anglosphere, because I think they're from Australia. Basically we'll add sex to our games. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But we're not gonna change the age rating at all.
Cowards.
What I'm most excited about with this change is that in our multiplayer game, we have two, what are they called? Dragonborn lizard people? I don't know what they're called. And every time something happens at camp, both of
There's
our
just a
dragon
fucking
men
jump scare of full frontal nudity from these two shiny metallic lizards.
They're not just shiny. It's like fucking snowblind, like NFT black light will blind you, sort of shiny. And I cannot wait for the undulating physics to be added to as a detail to those moments.
It's gonna be
This is huge.
Incredible. And I feel like if I know anything about physics systems in video games, they're always like, for cutscenes, they're always like teleporting the character model somewhere, and then like all the dangly bits kind of have like whiplash from being moved that far. You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's gonna be those nuts are gonna be free swinging pendulums. That's exciting.
It's gonna be like that thing, that office toy that's like the balls clacking back and forth.
God, yeah.
But just like increasing speed and force because there's a slight glitch.
Appropriately, the picture, the header picture of this article is just Shadowheart looking distressed.
100%. I would just like to say, if we get to 200,000 followers on Twitter at the Vagato account, I will personally edit sex out of every single one of the episodes.
Right.
So that's
Absolutely.
that's my attempt at podcast marketing.
Yeah,
And
I
if
was
we get
thinking
double that much, I'll post hog.
Yeah, if we get to what's a good number on Patreon, because fame is good, money's better.
Yeah, money's the main thing, actually.
If we get to like 4K on Patreon, we will post all of our penises, and we won't tell you which one is which. You have to guess.
Ooh, I like that.
Like
a little Russian roulette.
It's like it's like a match game. We post each penis, and we have like a straw poll for like who do you think this penis belongs to? And we see if our audience can work it out.
No, yeah, it's not Russian roulette, it's Belgian roulette.
And all right, are we ready to move on from the Baldur's Gate 3 cock physics?
Yes,
I
unfortunately.
suppose.
Our last story of the day involves 1984 by George Orwell. George Orwell failed to predict the rise of Mountain Dew, is what I gotta say.
Absolutely.
So Reese, you've posted this. Would you like to take us through this Ad Age article?
Yes. It's blacked it out now because I have clicked on this article too many times. Whatever. We don't need to read the whole article. It's just what is happening. It's the same thing that happened in George Orwell Martin's famous novel. Is that there is Twitch technology that will look for Mountain Dew iconography in your chat. If you're sipping on a Game Fuel, on a Voltage, if you just have a coffin with your dead father with a Mountain Dew flag over it because you loved it so well, chat is the Mountain Dew bot will come into chat and just be like, hey, everybody, we got some Mountain Dew fans here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Which I only learned because I saw like 200,000 tweets that are just like, yeah, I found this account and just banned it immediately because I do not want this disgusting homunculus showing its face in my channel.
The campaign is dubbed Mountain Dew Raid.
Awesome.
Can you imagine
I
being
think they
raided by
should be
Mountain Dew?
doing. They should be doing an audio version as well and checking all the podcasts because they owe us some fucking money.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free advertising. Our entire episode about the horrific occurrences that happened to us from drinking Mountain Dew.
Listen, we said Mountain Dew so many times on so many episodes.
Exactly. We will be expecting 300K each.
Listen, Mountain
otherwise,
Dew,
we will not.
If you send us 5K, we'll send you pictures of our hogs. Can't get a better deal than that.
Honestly, that's an open offer to all businesses.
Getting a message from my bank saying, "Here's 5K, pony up."
That's a good rate. I would, no problem.
Yeah, 10,000%. I just feel like any requests,
Little hat.
One in bright lighting, one in dark lighting.
Just put it in the Mountain Dew bottle.
One with hot pants on.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck, we're all gonna pivot to sex work, aren't we? Shit. All right.
At Mountain Dew rates.
The rates, yeah. I mean, personally, I don't think anyone wants to see that for me particularly, but Mountain Dew wants, see like a 30-year-old man's hog. I won't stop him.
I am certain Wells Fargo wants to see my penis.
I think, this is a good synthesis of the articles that we've been talking about.
Yeah. I think whoever makes Raid Shadow Legends wants to see mine.
Yeah.
You have their brand marketing account email. You could send it to them. You could just be like, "Hey guys, thanks for all the money. Here you go. Here's a little bonus for you."
I didn't know at the time that you guys are an Israeli company, so hold up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Just sending every brand marketing account's email a picture of our hog and a bill.
Sending them an invoice.
I have a really good invoice template. I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, share that in the Discord later so we can,
I think after this episode, we will never get a sponsorship.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we really can't sell out if you have absolutely repelled all life on Earth. And I think I respect that approach.
Is the furry way. That is the furry community's primary defense against capitalist encroachment. Is just be the most reviled beings on the planet.
Fuck yeah.
Is anytime a brand tries to cozy up to furries, we're like, "Oh, look at this vor art I made of your character." It's just like, it's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes I am being a part of this podcast, and Alton being, one of my best friends on Earth makes me sometimes wonder if I'm furry adjacent. And then I'll come across the furries I follow on Twitter. Bless them. Do not stop doing this. But you see like 7 aardvark man's anuses, and you're just like, nah, I don't think that's happening.
It turns out these guys are operating on a very high level.
I'm just at a very different level. I got a much more basic sexual freak level occurring, and I can't compete. I'm just not strong enough.
Yeah, you're in the cat girl level of
100%
sexual perversion. You haven't reached the high levels of furrydom.
100%. Is there? I know it's basically the same tier, but is Bunny Girl more furry, or is it just exactly the same?
It's the same.
I think that's
if you just add
like
ears to like a normal human woman,
Okay, so just add it. It's adding the ears for whatever. So just like a beautiful angelic woman with elephant ears. It's the exact.
That's yeah. Like 'em big. What
Double
that trunk
likey.
do, honey?
Damn girl, looks like you can hear everything.
Anyway, let's fucking close this out. Let's fucking end this podcast right now.
Good idea.
Yeah.
We're out of hand today. What's going on?
I knew this episode was gonna get out of control, but it's time to shut it down.
Yeah.
The FDA is banging on my door. Who apparently the FDA regulate podcasts.
Well, the fuck.
No, they're there.
This podcast has salmonella. Please contact the Poison Control Center immediately.
They have a sack full of taxpayer money and demanding pictures of your genitals. Actually.
All right. I think. Do we need to do the outro? Like, you could find me at.
Look at the link tree and
Look at
then
the link tree. The link tree has everything. So, bye
right.
everyone.
Yeah. But later.
Now some of you might be wondering, how exactly does one beep like a sheep? Take it away, Gabe!
Throw your hands up and point them to the floor. Here's what to do, now get down on all fours. Just bounce around, it's easy for me. Go crazy now and beep like a sheep.
So, you know how to beep like a sheep, I see. But is that all you can do?